Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's video is a collaboration between Stampin' Up demos in the UK, USA, Canada, Germany and the Netherlands. We are called the monthly global video collaboration. Each month we'll be choosing a stamp set and we'll be doing a video tutorial with that set. As we are all Stampin' Up demos, if you live in any of the countries that I mentioned and you are not already working with a demo, these wonderful demos would love to help you. All the information can be found in the description of this video, and if you live in Australia and you would like to purchase any Stampin' Up supplies, I would love to work with you. The stamp set for this month is tags, and there is a bundle. You can purchase the stamp set and the dies. This is the dies here. They're called Trio of Tags die. I highly recommend bundling these together. Not only do you save yourself 10%, but these are really great dies to have on hand as well. So the stamp set actually covers Christmas, Valentine's Day and Halloween. And what I really love about this is all these three stamps come in one stamp set, one stamp. So let me just show you. I've already got one mounted up, but here is the Halloween one. So that's one full stamp here. We have one full one for Christmas and then another one for Valentine's Day. Now, each of these tags are different, like this. You can see here, so they're all different tags, and I love that. And then for each one, we have a little bit of an embellishment. So we have the hearts, some little jack-o'-lanterns, and some snowflakes. So absolutely gorgeous. I'm using the whole tag set, and I'm also using the snowflakes. I have a tip to use with the Stamparatus because I am using the Stamparatus today. But let's bring in the project that I'm working on with you today. So this is the little box. Now, we're not making the box, but if you would like to see how I make the box, I'll be doing this live on my Facebook Live Thursday. So this Thursday, if you would like to watch me do that. I'll also put my Facebook page in the description, so you can follow me and watch that as I make this as well. So let's open it up. There is a little divider in between each one, and we have a little gift set of tags. So this is the first tag that I've made. Really pretty. We are using the Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper in the background here. This is Blueberry Bushel, and we have white heat embossed, the sentiment. And then we've just added a little bit of twine on there, and that is that one. Let's bring the next one out, and this one's super cute. I love the elves in this one. So we have the Designer Series paper in the background. That's struggling to get a little bit of... Hang on, just let me move this out of the road for a minute. There we go. We have the Designer Series paper. We are colouring these in with the Stampin' Blends, and we've added a little bit of twine as well. So very, very cute. The next one is this one here, and we have white heat embossed over shaded spruce cardstock, and use the Wrapped in Cheer Designer Series paper again. So a little bit of twine on there, and this Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper has a gorgeous little gold stripe in there. We go, we can see that. And so I wanted to use gold twine to hold these tags. Now, Stampin' Up don't actually have gold twine in their catalogue this year. I have just gone to the local craft shop and picked some out. I really like this twine to be used this at Christmas time. And Stampin' Up has had this previously in previous catalogues at Christmas time. I'm really disappointed that we don't have any metallic-y twine in the catalogue for this year. But so I've just gone ahead and used cheap twine from the local craft store. So let me bring in all the tools that we're going to need. So we have the tags stamp set, as well as the Trio of Tags dies. We are using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, Versamark ink, and I've also got my white embossing powder. Now, because we are heat embossing, I have my heat tool as well. I'm using this Stampin' Blends, and this is light and dark combo of shaded spruce and light and dark cherry cobbler. I'm using the Wrapped in Plaid 6x6 Designer Series paper. I absolutely love this paper. This is such a really nice Christmas paper. I'm just going to bring in all my kit as well. Like I said, we're only making the tags today, but if you come back and watch my Facebook Live tomorrow, and there will be a replay on YouTube as well on the Friday, this Friday. If you missed my Facebook Live and don't want to go onto Facebook, you'll be able to see it on my YouTube channel. But for these tags, we have pieces of the Designer Series paper. Now these, I have 2 of each of the designs, and they measure 5 inches by 1 3/4. So I have these 6 here in the 3 different colors. I have, just to make it a little bit easier in time, I have already die cut those 2 snowflakes. And I've also die cut my tags. Now this is just to save time, because cutting out 6 tags in front of you just takes that little bit of time. I didn't want to take up so much of your time. So we have all our pieces. I'm just going to pop out all those die cut pieces that we don't need, so that way I can get rid of all the mess off my desk. Now, hopefully you've all been able to see the new holiday catalogue. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm loving all the Christmas things inside it. Do you have a favourite? Because I'll let you know what my favourite is. And it's not really so much a Christmas set, it's the playful penguins. Absolutely think that's such a gorgeous set, and I love that it's so versatile. It can be used for different cards, not just for Christmas. So I was really excited to see that, and it's such beautiful images of those 3 penguins. So I've used it a fair bit already, but you'll see plenty of projects for that coming out real soon. So we have all our pieces there. Also have pieces of Whisper White thick cardstock that we're going to line the back of our tags, just to give it a little bit extra stability. So let me grab those. So I had these sitting on my other desk. So these are Whisper White, and I think I said these ones were 5 by 1 3/4, and they're not. They are 3 by 1 inch. So these ones are Whisper White. I have 6 of them in the thick Whisper White, measuring 3 by 1 inch. So to create each of these little tags here, what I've done is I've set up my Stamparatus, and I've run a piece of card. I've run a piece of card with the die straight through. So let me just, so like this, I ran that through the Big Shot, cut that out. This is going to be my template now. So if I pop this in that corner, just like that, magnet down, then I was able to place my stamp set in here. So let's do that now, just to show you how easy it is. So it's going to sit in that little hole. Just like that. I'm going to lay the plate down over the top to pick that stamp up. And we can also do, because I've got my grid paper underneath, what we can also do is I'm just going to bring the memento in. I'm going to ink up. Let me try and get this all in the shot a little bit better. There we go. I'm going to ink this up. And I know that's not inked very well, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be. I just want to make sure that this is in the correct position. That looks really, really good. Okay, beautiful. I missed a bit of the stamp, but that's okay. So we're in the right spot, which is fantastic. So now all our die cut pieces that we have, we can now put in these positions and stamp. So let's clean off that stamp. I'm going to start off with the Memento one, which is the elf in the middle. So let me grab the two white tags. We're going to do those ones first. So let's just ink up that middle stamp, which is the elf. Doesn't matter if the other two get a little bit of ink on it. It's not going to do any damage. Let's pop that down. Now the other great thing about the Stamparatus is if it's not in perfectly stamped, it's not nice and black, we can come back in with the Memento again and do it again. So let's do that. That's our first one. Let's grab our next one. Inking that stamp up again. I'll just stamp that again really quickly. Making sure that you're keeping it lined up against the corners. If it moves, it's not going to stamp in the same spot. Okay, so there we have it. Now we can move on to the other colours. So I'm just going to clean off all that Memento because we're going to be heat embossing the next two with white embossing powder. So let's move on to the blue. Here's one of our blues. I'm going to pop it in. Now, when we stamp our first one, it's always good because now we know that this tag is going to be at the top. Our writing's back upside down, so we need to make sure that the tag hole is down the bottom here for our stamping. So let's Versamark that. Bring in our Whisper White powder. And this looks so good. It's a really special stamp, this one. Look at that. Amazing. Let's do the next one. Popping that in the same way. Yep, Versamark ink. My powder. Now if you're mass producing these, this is actually a lot easier to mass produce than to make one, just like our normal cards are. It's always easier to mass produce. But if you are mass producing, this idea here is the perfect way to put it together. Okay, so we have that one. Let's clean off the stamp and we're going to move on to the last one here, which is Shaded Spruce Card. Just clean that off a little. I'm going to pop that in the right spot. Inking up with the Versamark. So we have two that are heat embossed. One that's coloured in with the Stampin' Up, oh, not Stampin' Up markers, the Stamping Blends. I didn't quite get everything, so let's just pop it back in here. Ink it back up. Put our powder down on it. And this covers majority of this tag. If you don't want to heat emboss it, you could use Whisper White on all these and just colour with the blue or the green. That would work. And the last one. Popping. Let's move it all again. It's in place. And the great thing with these little masks that we make, or patterns, is they can, I'm not getting a good image down, you can pop these away and keep using them. So don't throw it away because it's a great tool to keep. See if I can get a better image. We're finished with the Stamparatus, so I'm going to pop it out of the road and we're going to heat emboss these tags. So before we start putting all these tags together, we just need to colour in these little elf shoes, and I have the stamping blends for those. We have the combo pack of the cherry cobbler and combo pack of the shaded spruce. And I'm going to bring one in just to quickly make sure I get it right. I'm going to go with the dark, the little pom-pom on his top of his shoe. I'm going to bring the light in and we're going to colour in his socks, and I'm going to colour in every second one. You can change them around and do his pom-pom the light and his socks in the dark if you would like. There we go. We're going to bring in the green, and I think I just might use the dark. So if you just wanted to use the dark of both, you certainly can. Just going to shade his shoe in, but I think I'll just colour it all in the dark. Super cute traditional colours. Let's bring that light cherry cobbler back in and we'll colour him in. Okay. Now we'll just start popping all these together. I'm going to glue the designer series. I'm going to glue the designer series paper to our Whisper White cards. It just gives it that little extra support and strength. And I'm just going to use my Tombow glue for that. I think this would make a really nice little gift to give someone. You could certainly do 3 of each in this box. There is a little bit extra room for another one. And if you want to change the DSP up to a different designer series paper, you certainly could do that as well. And the great thing about this designer series paper is it doesn't all have to be just for Christmas. So it's dual use. I'm going to pop up all these pieces, tags that we have with some dimensionals. Let's pop some dimensionals on the back. And before I stick them down onto our designer series paper, what I also want to do is I want to pop some of that twine down as well. Okay, so I'll just bring that twine in. And for this one, go with the lengths of this. So I'm just going, I need 6 lengths. Let me just check the measurement of that. 10 inches. So I'm sure you can find this twine at your local craft store or cheap shop. Definitely near Christmas time, I know they have a lot of this here in Australia at the cheap shop. That's 4. And last one. There we go. So with the shaded spruce, what I want to do is I want to add the ribbon through. I'm just going to pop it on there like that, and I'm just going to add a knot down the bottom. Easy as that, and I'm just going to make them nice and neat at the bottom there. So let's do the other one. And the great thing about putting these together, you could do this in front of the TV while you're watching a show. Get all these done while you're still sitting back and relaxing and enjoying TV. And we have 2. Let's move on to the elf one, and we're doing the same, but we're also going to do a bow as well to stick on the front. This one. I love that each of the tags has its own tie down point for the tag ribbon or twine. And the last one, and then we're just going to tie the little bow for the elf. Let's do 2 quick bows. Also, this actually ties really nice bows that are easy. I'm going to bring a glue dot in to attach those. Because the glue dot's a little bit bigger, we're just going to fold it in half, popping that down right at that hole there. And we can pop our little bow straight down onto that glue dot. So cute. How adorable would these look on presents? So I'm just going to get rid of some of that excess. And we're right to start popping them down onto our little tags here. So we have the blueberry bushel one goes on the snowflake designer series paper, so we're just popping it down in the middle. And we're also going to benner cut those ends once we've got them all ready. I'm going to stick my snowflake on there still. Let's move on to the elf. And it's going to go on that cherry cobbler and trees, the little Christmas trees. So cute. These are very easy to make, aren't they? There's not a lot to them. Shaded spruce. quite even, is it? Let's make it even. Last one. So bringing a glue dot in again, we're going to just roll it over to make it a little bit smaller. Popping in the middle of that snowflake. So you can see it's right just there in the middle, and that way, right there in the middle. And we can just stick our die cut straight on the top. Doesn't that really make it stand out and pop? Let's do the other one. And we're just going to bend cut the end, so I'll fast forward this because everyone's seen me do this, I'm sure. If you don't know, we're going to cut up the middle of our piece, and then we're just going to go from each edge to that cut up line, and that creates our banners. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed today's tag project using the tags stamp set. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you could leave me a comment. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And tomorrow's Facebook Live, I'll be creating this gorgeous little box to hold these tags in, so you can catch that as well. It'll also be played on my YouTube channel as the Facebook Live replay. This is a video collaboration, so please be sure to check out the other demonstrators projects. There is a link to those projects in the description of this video. We will be back next month, and it's always the first Wednesday of the month, so I think that should be the 2nd of October with a new stamp set, so look out for that. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.